8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, friends from Lunch with Faride. I hope that you guys are ready for a phenomenal show. I'm so excited today because we are talking about one of my favorite subjects of all time, which is money. Now, money comes in different types, right? Money comes in different types of love, different types of appreciation, different types of deeds that you do, and also different types of damages. So let's talk about all of that today. I hope that little by little, many of you start joining. If you see this live, share with anybody that needs to learn about money. If you're seeing this on a repeat and you feel that you want to continue to participate, even though we're not live, make sure that you continue to put messages on the chat because we can actually see this show even later on. So I hope that you are tuning in and excited to see my guest because today I have Moe Money, and I want to bring him to you right as we come back. Mr. Moe Krijger. I hope I said it right. We'll be right back.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way. I'm all the way.
Okay, hey, I am pumped up. I'm ready to go because today is all about learning about money. And for that, I bring my good friend, Moe Money Krijger. I said it right. And here he is. I'm bringing him on the screen so he can tell you how to pronounce his name because this Mexicana just messed it all up. Hi, Mo. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, other than messing up your name, see, this is the reason. Whenever I create a nickname for you, don't think I'm being mean or anything. It's just because I can't pronounce your name. So that's why you're Moe Money. I actually have you saved on my contacts as Moe Money.
That's funny.
Well, here we go, Mo. Tell us who you are, how to pronounce your name the right way, because I can't wait for people to get to know you.
How you doing, everybody? My name is MOEILIJIK KRIJGER, Mo for short, and Krijger. Let's break it down for you a little bit. So yeah, that's me, MOEILIJIK KRIJGER. I'm based out of Florida, Sanford, Florida, and enjoying our lovely sun. So,
woohoo! I am so jealous. How's the weather in Florida?
About 95 degrees today, sunny, hot, humid.
Okay, I'm over here with the heater on my legs. So I am a bit jealous, but hey, we'll get time to enjoy it when I come down over there and you can show me all the beauty about Florida.
Absolutely.
But today I brought you on here. I wanted everybody to get to know who you are just because you are my contact. And like I said, my contact for Moe Money, right? Anything and everything that I ever want to know. I usually have experts or people who have a really good knowledge of things that I do. I usually never go with somebody that doesn't do stuff. I go straight to the horse's mouth, somebody that I trust that has been doing things. So you're one of those. You're one of those experts on my list that I go to. So I wanted to share you with the world. Today I want to talk about money because people tend to be very close, not minded, but just very narrow vision of how to grow their money or how to make money, right? So
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk about the different types of money. And I know you and I have given you calls, in the middle of the day, in regards to things that I don't necessarily know much about. So today I'd like you to share a little bit of information of, we're going to talk about like cryptocurrency. We're going to talk about gold, silver, stocks, those type of things today that help you make money, right? They also can help you lose it. We already know that. But we're going to talk about how to make it or what to look for. Or what is it? If you've never, ever, ever heard the terminology cryptocurrency, right? What would be a very simple description, Mo?
Well, cryptocurrency, again, a lot of people get it wrapped up thinking that, Bitcoin is something completely separate and another crypto name is completely separate, but it's a digital asset, essentially, that can be used to buy goods or services, or you could trade it for a profit.
Okay, so let's see if I can dissect this for my friends to understand. So if we have, per se, if I wanted to buy crypto, Bitcoin, or any of those things that you may hear on the radio, there's a lot of celebrities nowadays that talk about a specific type of electronic coin, right? Or crypto coin. If you ever just wanted to understand a little more about it, what can you associate it with so people can understand it a little bit more?
I would simply put it as, think of cryptocurrency as, getting into very similar to the stock market, but now on a digital scale. And you're using digital currency versus, USD or any other currency known around the world.
So it's kind of like the dollar, right? Cryptocurrency is like a dollar, but instead of a physical thing that I can grab a dollar and do it, it's electronic. It's all online, correct?
Yes, everything will be electronic, digital. Nothing is physical in hand. A lot of people say, "Oh, I want to go get me some physical crypto coins." And it doesn't work like that. It's all digital based.
Okay, perfect. So if I wanted to, for instance, I'm completely naive about it. I don't know much about it. And I wanted to get into, I want to own some Bitcoin or crypto coins or cryptocurrency. What would be the best way for somebody who doesn't know anything about it? What would be your suggestion for people to start doing?
Well, rule of thumb, always in any type of investment, 101, don't get into something that you're afraid to lose. So don't invest an amount that you're essentially going to be afraid of losing, because no investment is guaranteed, right? So it's all about education at that point, picking out which cryptocurrency suits your best interest, because not everybody likes Bitcoin or not everybody likes another cryptocurrency. It's all about, what tickles your fancy. So getting involved in, there's plenty of like for instance, Coinbase or crypto.com is a lot of places you can buy cryptocurrency from. Now, each one is going to have its own, rates of exchange and stuff like that. So again, it's whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay. Well, I know that I set up a little account one day for crypto, right? To kind of play around in that space. And it was something that you gave me a link and I started it. So I'll put my own link on the chat for everybody who's even interested in looking into it, to learn more about it. But before you go, and I'm so into that, like I people ask me all the time, about what is the best investment out there. Well, there's really not a best investment for everyone, right? And we know that. You and I know that. It's kind of preference plus capabilities, right? So I'm one of those. If you don't have extra money to play in a certain space of investments, don't do it. Rank up to it, right? So for instance, the company, crypto.com. Let's just talk about that, right? We have that thing where if I'm going to put that on the link, it'll give you $25 to play with, right? Just signing up with one of your friends' referral codes. Now, I use that. When you send me that code, I definitely used it. Now I had to invest $50 was the minimum amount, which was totally fine because then it was 25 of my dollars and $25 of what this website was willing to give you to sign up. So I loved it because I felt like I was getting, well, I'm only going to lose $50, essentially $25 out of the $50. And I'm willing to do that because if I just go to a simple middle-class restaurant, I'm probably going to spend $50. And half of the time, I don't even like the food and I'm not going to eat it anyway. So I'm going to throw it away. Exactly. So I figured, hey, this is great to get my feet wet and to start seeing how it performs, right? Correct. So then I started doing it. Obviously, I didn't even know what the heck to do. So I just went with the trend. I probably called you. You told me a thing or two about what I should be doing. So anyways, I started getting little by little. Well, why I'm telling you this story is because now I feel very confident to share the information with other people. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people are scared because they think they need a crap load of money. They don't want to work a whole year, 2 years to save up their hard-earned money to lose it, because that's the concept. So what I tell them is, how many times have you wasted $100, $100, right? So start with that. Start with whatever and get your knowledge. What do you feel about the fact that most people, number one, I'm going to give you a two-part question. Mm-hmm. Number one, they're scared. Number two, they're illiterate about it. There's no financial literacy when it comes to investing.
Absolutely. And that's like you nailed it. That's the biggest problem that we have here is people are, they're behind a little bit when it comes to, the knowledge curve on how to invest, what to invest in, and when to invest. And that fear that follows that just ultimately stops them from going any further. Next thing you know, they're middle age or they're hitting retirement and they're like, well, maybe if I would have done this, it could have worked out. Like, for example, cryptocurrency, I've said this before, cryptocurrency has leveled the playing field. Much like how network marketing has leveled the playing field for the female entrepreneur, cryptocurrency has leveled the playing field for the average Joe to become potentially very wealthy. And it's that thing where it's like, you know what? I see what's going on. Do I want to be a part of it, or do I just sit back and watch everybody else? And again, that just comes with the educational piece. Quick story of mine. When Bitcoin first launched, I was just coming back home from my deployment in Afghanistan, and I was introduced to the Bitcoin, and I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to do it. I don't know what it is. Forget it. And I could have just thrown about $5,000 at Bitcoin, probably when it was around $1. Had I known what was going on, or if I had just taken a few minutes, even an hour, to educate myself on what the future is throwing at the world, me and my family would probably be at about $250 million right now. And so it's one of those things like, why did I not do it and just learn as I go? But it's one of those things. You live, you learn. You know what I mean? So,
but you know what? I have to say something. That's part of the beauty of this life and this experience, and not losing that kind of money. But what I'm saying is, people are always so scared, right? Like my previous show, I talked about the what ifs. You know, what if people are so worried about the what ifs? Well, I'm more worried about the what if not. Right?
Right.
So, and then you don't have to invest your family's lifetime savings. When you're learning something, you want to go in, you know, you want to tippy toe in. It's kind of like jumping in a cold river of cold water, right? Some of us are willing to jump in there and just lose our breath for 10 seconds, when some of us are only willing to tippy toe ourselves in until our body gets warmed up. What's the same thing? So I did the same thing you did, not because I didn't want to or I was too scared. I just didn't have the knowledge. And I think it was, I don't do things if I'm not knowledgeable enough, or I don't have somebody that I trust that is knowledgeable enough guiding me through it. Do you follow me? So
absolutely.
I did it with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first started becoming the thing, I had a friend, not like an excellent friend or anything. It was just like an acquaintance that told me, hey, you know, you should be buying some Bitcoin. And I said, you know what? I'm not familiar with it. And at this point, really what I was telling him, and I don't really trust you to give me advice. So I did go into it and try to learn on my own, but there wasn't sufficient information, and there was too many advertisers trying to get you to buy from them. And I was overwhelmed. And when I realized that it was about, you know, $1,000, $1,400 per coin, what I did is I checked my budget of investments, because again, I wasn't going to spend what I didn't have to invest or to play or to lose, right? I checked, and I had just done another investment where at the time I had zero investment liquidity to be able to buy. So what I ended up doing is I was talking to another friend that night, and I suggested it to him because he called me to ask me, hey, what do you think we should be investing in? And I said, well, you know what, right now, everything's, you know, I'm not sure. But I just heard if you wanted to take a look into it. So he went ahead, and I think he bought it for about $1,400 per coin. He bought 50 of them.
Wow.
So obviously that guy loves me, right?
Oh, most definitely.
Because he's kept it long enough. He put it there as kind of like what people do for a 401k or an IRA, you know, they just leave their money there forever. And all of a sudden today, you know, he's loving it. Last month he was loving it. Next month he's going to probably love it even more. And now we're talking about actual liquidating some of that to be able to do other stuff that I am very familiar with, right? Absolutely. So, you know, that's also my story. So that's part of the scary cat movement, I would say, that we all kind of form part on. But I have people actually putting comments on here, so we'll go along with what people are saying. Number one is, of course, Mr. Joe. Thank you, Joe, for being here today. He says, I give my money to Faride. Yes, you need to continue to do that because I will make you money. So, of course, it's all about money, 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 money. Because I'm the above average Joe.
That's funny.
Oh, all right, but we have a friend here, Rick Ortega. And he's asking, is it true that cryptocurrency is being manipulated at this moment? All right, so I have an opinion on that, but I want to hear from Moe Money.
I think we all have an opinion on that borderlines the facts, but we keep it simple. Like I said, let's just say, as I said earlier, cryptocurrency has leveled the playing field for the average person to become wealthy, and it's allowed millions of people, to touch that 7-figure, 8-figure income. So if you want to get a little bit deeper into it, I mean, you look at who controls what, and then you go from there. You know what I mean? Take it how you see it. So without getting too political, you just keep it at that point there. So.
Okay, so he has a second post that says, the Fed is developing its own capital currency to cancel all other due to it takes up too much energy in mining it. I don't know if that's what he means to say, but can I have a piece to this answer?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is part of our scary cat groups, right? Not him. I'm saying all the theories, everything that's going to happen. What I always suggest people to do is go with what's in today. And historical events, right? So historically, the Feds haven't shut down crypto. There is no rule. There's no vote in Congress. There's nothing right now that is happening that is saying this is true. So stop being scared if you're scared about it. Now, if I go into a company such as crypto.com, such as Robinhood, such as all of that, they have fiduciary responsibilities to their clientele basis. So whatever happens, if you put $1 into that company is out to protect you because you are part of their clientele basis, and nobody wants to screw you up to get lawsuits later on. Does that make sense? So for me, it's like, what is it today? The only thing I can tell you is the crypto is not regulated, right? We hear that often. Well, what does that mean? When I go put my money into a bank, people tend to have that peace of mind because it's FDIC insured. Well, FDIC insured is nothing but an insurance that the bank purchased in case something went wrong. You are protected up to a certain amount of money if you have it in there. Well, most people only have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in the bank anyway, so they don't have to worry about those limits. They know that their money, if the bank burned down in hell, that insurance company will pay whatever money that they have up to a certain amount. Is that kind of, I mean, I know the answer, but I'd like you to respond to that. When they say, well, crypto is not regulated, and that's why we're not doing it. People are just saying that, like mocking other people, not really knowing what that means. Can you help us understand that?
Yeah, sure. So with it being not regulated, I mean, you got to look at it, and to help answer his question about the Feds, developing its own cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Yes, the governments around the world are trying to develop their own. And again, this goes to the playing field being leveled, right? In order for a government to control, they need to be able to control what we use to, fund our day-to-day life. So if they create their own cryptocurrency and now that becomes the issuing currency, or this becomes your new way of payment or income from your job, now they can regulate it. You understand? So with cryptocurrency being decentralized or not regulated, it's because the government cannot tell you or tell anybody how to trade it, how much to invest, what they can do with it. It's 100% yours. There's no government hands inside of your cryptocurrency, unless now you take your profits, you start depositing them into your bank account, and now that's where the federal government can now start seeing what you are now doing.
Like anything, right? Like anything. Even if you have a tax-free retirement account, even if you have whatever, the moment that hits your bank and you start, especially if it's a large amount, if you start doing anything with that money, the government wants always a piece of it, you guys. Come on, let's just accept the world that we live in. Now, you said something very important. The government cannot tell you how much you can or cannot put into there. That's the regulation part of it. If you're putting money in a 401k or an IRA, you have up to a certain limit based on the income. How about you're a housewife? You don't have, you don't have a job. Can housewives open an IRA, a 401k? Well, they don't work for an employer. They can't open a 401k. They can open a version, right, of an IRA, which is the spousal IRA, but it's always manipulated by the working spouse or managed by the working spouse and follows the same guidelines and regulations that the government wants you to enforce in your 401k or your IRAs. So the gist of it in currency, cryptocurrency or electronic money is that if I wanted to put $1 million, it's not based or regulated on my income. It's not based on my net worth. It's not based on any of that. That is why that word. So don't be fooled, guys. This is why financial literacy is so important. So hopefully you guys understand that. But I cannot believe we've taken almost the entire show just on crypto, because I wanted to talk to you about the differences between gold, silver, stocks, and all of that. And it's not looking like we're going to have time. So give them a peek of our second segment, because I want to bring you back. If you can, next Monday. If not, we'll skip it for the following Monday. What is the difference between if I want to buy cryptocurrency, or I want to buy gold, or I want to buy silver, and how do I use that to buy stuff that I want?
You could definitely do all three. You know what I mean? So buying crypto and using the profits from cryptocurrency, and then getting into, silver and gold is always a good thing. I mean, why silver and gold? A lot of people, they think silver and gold is just a commodity. While that's true, but it's technically both a commodity and a currency, especially here in the US, because we can use it as, legal tender. You know what I mean? So because of that, I mean, you want to use silver and gold as what? A hedge against your inflation. It's what you want to ensure your wealth with. Is what I'm getting to. You want to make sure that you have something that's protecting you. I mean, it's history. You know what I mean? So gold and silver is definitely something that people should look into getting into. It is a very, very, very good savings plan if that's the route you want to take. So
okay, so I have a question on that, and we'll keep it super short. But when I started getting into buying Bitcoin and crypto and that kind of stuff, the only thing I could never understand is, wait, if I get into, let's say, insurance, or, if I buy a policy in life insurance with a cash value and I stuff it in there and then I go pull it out, that's money I can go and buy me a car, buy me a house, buy me a trip. So when I started with cryptocurrency, I was like, but I can only exchange it with other people that have this. Like, how am I going to liquidate this to go buy me a car? So then I found out that, well, there's a lot of companies that will accept crypto as your method of pay, just like if it was US dollar or pesos or gens or whatever it is, right? Any type of world money. So I understood that. But when I think of gold, I think of a gold bar back in the days, or like my grandfather used to show me all these gold coins, right? That you could actually go and exchange gold for what you wanted back in the day. How the heck is that transferred now? Can I do the same thing as the US dollar, or choose my method of payment as cryptocurrency now? What can I buy with gold? Like, do I have to go change it at a bank? What do I have to do?
So you don't change it. You don't change it at a bank. But the great thing about precious metals is the fact that you can liquidate that at the drop of a dime. You can cash out immediately. There's no wait time. You have it, change it, boom. As far as buying any type of materials, or you want to buy a vehicle, or you want to get a haircut, yes, you can do that. Now, granted, that company or that establishment understands and takes that as legal tender. Now, if you can't just say, you know what, I have a pocket full of American Silver Eagles, and I'm gonna go to Walmart and try to use it. Now, though it's possible, you might run into issues.
Eventually, right? Hopefully,
yeah, eventually. Issues. But with that, it's a quick story on that. Last year when COVID, was at its peak, I know a lady, she fell through the hardships of COVID, just like many other people. She actually had tons of silver and gold on hand. And what she did was she took a chunk of that, liquidated it, and was able to fund the remaining of her year in 2020 because of that. So it's always a good thing to have on hand as that, just in case, or, like I said earlier, protect your wealth, protect what you own. So because of what she had, she did not have to lose her house. She didn't lose a car, and her lifestyle for her family didn't change and didn't skip a beat. So that's the important side behind it.
That's a great story, because it's pretty much the same thing that we teach, right, in financial services with our agency in WealthWave. It's kind of what we teach, right? Protect what you have earned so hard in your life. And so this is great. I love that story that somebody was able to liquidate their assets and be able to live on that. Now, Joe is saying that he has a friend has a brokerage in Canada that they can buy houses with crypto. That's awesome. And I think that's where we're going in the future. But, we may not, something's going on with the echo here, but we may not be ready, right, to buy that. Let's start small for everybody who hasn't gotten their feet wet on that. I'm putting on the chat the link to sign up on crypto. Go get the $25. I'm gifting you $25, guys. So go get it. Sign up. Put another 25 out of your hard-earned money and go buy whatever the heck you want, or call Mo. Mo, where do they get a hold of you?
Pretty much any social media platform. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, obviously here on Facebook. So look me up, send me a DM, drop a message. My phone number is also on my social media, so public access, shoot me a text.
Okay, so they find you at Mo or the whole name?
So either you could either search Moe Krijger, or it'll be under Emperor Krijger.
So can you do me a favor and put it on the chat?
Absolutely.
So people can just copy and paste it. He's also my friend on Facebook, so you guys can look him up. Just start typing Mo, and all the Mo's that are a friend of mine will come up, and you guys can get it. But maybe the next time we'll talk about stocks and how to get into that if somebody wants to. I started my stock avenue with two things: my friend, my advisor, because if you don't have an advisor, call me, I'll refer you to one. I started it with Jorge Calmar. He is our financial advisor. And then from there, I went to play by myself at Robinhood, and I will post that link as well. But go get more money, because guess what? You should not be afraid of money. You should be afraid of losing it, but not making it. I'm actually putting it on the other comments because I know you don't get that. Here's Mo's stuff, so you guys know how to find them. But what I was going to tell you is I lost my train of thought. No, I just remember. So why do I love the word money? I'm going to leave you with this, you guys. What do you think, Mo? Money is more opportunity to a new eternal youth because money helps you stay young. So money for me, when I say I love money, it's because it's just more opportunity for an eternal youth, you guys.
Absolutely.
If you got money, you can help other people. If you got money, you can go, I don't know, if you don't like your wrinkles in your face, you can go to a doctor and get your wrinkles pulled back. If you don't like your wife, you can buy her with money so she can be better. There's so many things. You can help your church. You can help your community. You can help the world because money moves the world. So anyways, one final thought before we take off.
From me, guys, look, like Faride said, it's all about money because you got to live life on your own terms. You know what I mean? So that's exactly that's life. Living on your own terms, doing what you want to do and how you want to do it.
Sounds good. Well, mi casa es tu casa. You're invited back to a second round of Moe Money. And so we'll see you either next Monday or the following. Send you the link for that. Book yourself into that. And we'll see you next Monday for another amazing show. Thank you, Mo, so much for being here. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way.